many people, many guys believe that women don't have feelings, bro. And I think it's just a bit sad that this is how it is, right? I'm gonna talk from my personal experience, and I'm gonna let you know what I think about the entire situation. And of course, I'm gonna confirm to you that yes, she does have feelings. She 110% have feelings, and she probably might have more feelings than you, bro. You know. And I say this because there's this girl that I know. You know, from I was in high school. She might see this video, she might not. If you're watching this video, hi, how are you? And you know, I liked her a lot. You know, borderline loved her. You know, I wanted to love her, and for various reasons that I'm not gonna get into, I never really got to that full extent of love, because in my opinion, love is self-sacrifice, where you're willing to do anything for the other person at the means of your own expense. And me and that girl's relationship has been quite complicated over the past few years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've never, well, as far as I'm concerned, I've never gotten into anything as serious as how I've been with her. And I'm assuming it's the same for her based on how we talked throughout the years. But I developed this bad habit where I would speak to her every now and then, somewhat building up her hopes of us having something special again, and then I disappear. I just disappear, you know, to work on myself and to get better, to get stronger, you know, to make money, be rich, and flex on her and flex on everybody else who didn't believe in me. And whenever I felt bored, whenever things weren't going the way that I want them to go, I would just pop up on her again and be like, hey, what's up? She'll let me in and reply and be like, hey, what's up? And mind you, I wouldn't be talking to her for like a year or maybe months. I haven't said nothing to this chick. And I'll just like start talking to her as if we were just done talking yesterday. As if nothing ever happened. As if I was there the entire time. I was there for months. I was there for years. And that sucks, bro. Like that is terrible. That is an awful way to go about it, because I did that many times. Not just once. I did that many times to the same girl. I did that many times to other women too. I would just say what I want to say, pop, disappear, and go about my business. Pop up again whenever I feel like it. Hey, what's up? Because I'm bored and I'm sad and I want some comfort from the chick. And like, why I start to think about like how women feel about this is because whenever someone does that to me, whenever a girl does that to me, I feel like shit. I have feelings. I feel like shit. And I did this to the same girl again most recently, because I would just pop up on her, say some random stuff, and disappear. So like, I did this to the same girl again recently. I popped up on her. I was like, yo, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And she was like following me through, but she was like a bit different with it. She was like, yo, why you random, bro? Like, you just disappeared and you come back around as if like nothing was going on. And like, you want to hear like my life story and shit. I'm like, damn. Because I was talking to her as if like I'm just there. I was always there, and it's deserving of me to hear her life story, to hear what's going on in her life. And she's like, yo, like just popping up and telling stories about each other is just kind of, you know, crazy if you think about it. And I sat down and I realized at that point that nobody is entitled or obligated to wait on me. You know, the girl that I liked is not obligated or entitled to wait on me. You know, she's not supposed to. Right? And I felt some sort of way about that. I was like, damn, bro. That's mental. And then like I continued to breadcrumb. So like we had that conversation, and obviously she's not like super deep into me anymore because of how we've been moving, how I've been moving with her. But like, she'll be posting stuff on her IG, posting stories and whatever, and I'll be like making comments and be like, man, you beautiful, girl. And she's like, yo, you good? Like, you good? And like, when she's saying those things, I'm like, damn, this girl ain't my girl no more. And I can't blame her. I can't be popping up on shorty with my remarks and saying whatever I want to say and just like acting as if I didn't dip on her 10 times. I can't just do that. And then like I would like respond very funnily and be like, I'm good, I'm just giving you a compliment. Then like I would talk to her again the next day and be like, yo, what's up? Or hi. And she's like, yo, you all right? Because it's just weird for me to like pop up out of nowhere as if I did not disappear on that chick multiple times. So like her behavior, her reaction to how I'm behaving or just simple stuff, the things that should be simple, is valid because like, why am I popping up? Where am I coming from? And funny enough, I was doing this to another girl too. And I'm gonna explain what I like everything in a second, but like there's this other girl too that I just started talking back to again. We're not even really talking, but I popped up on her again. Hey, what's up? I saw her posting some stories and she was like over in New York and stuff. If I mention New York, then she's gonna know herself when if she sees this video. I saw her like New York and stuff. I was like, yo, you moved to New York now? And she's like, nah. I was like, I missed out on so much. You know, I missed out on so much. I missed out on like you moving to New York and whatever. She's like, nah, I didn't move to New York. And she's like, you missed out? Whose fault is that? I was like, damn. And like I started to ask myself, like, why did I stop talking to any of these girls? And you want to know the reason why I stopped talking to them, my brother? It's because while I was involved with them, and I never was like this, but when you listen to all the noise of the other brothers, the other guys, and this is what all the other niggas are saying, you feel as if you're not supposed to spend certain amount of time with a girl because she's not giving you sex. You know what I'm saying? She's not giving you sex or she doesn't want to be with you. So like you make a friend with a girl, or you'll talk to a girl on like a friendly level, you know, with your intentions, and that girl might be really involved with you and might care for you, or that person, because this happens to niggas too, but I'm gonna talk about it as from a woman perspective. That girl might care for you a lot and want to see the best for you, my nigga, but because she ain't willing to give you play, she ain't willing to give you play, you dip. You don't care about her no more. You just dip on her. And it saddens me to say this, but like I did that shit too. And I never would have imagined in my 20 plus years on this earth, you know, when I was a kid growing up, I was a lover boy. I felt like back in high school, I didn't know what none of this shit was. I didn't know what sex was. I didn't know terminology. I didn't know none of that shit until a certain age in high school. And when I went to high school, I thought high school was gonna be like a Disney fantasy. And I'm from Jamaica. Niggas don't go to high school. Niggas don't go to school thinking that sort of thing, my nigga. Niggas go to school expecting to get play instantly, off rip. That's what niggas are going there for. That's what they were told to go there for by the older niggas. Their older brother, their older, even their sisters, the women in their life tell them to go look some play. At the age of like 12, 13, 14 to go get some game. While I was going to high school, I felt like, you know, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like kiss a girl for the first time. It's gonna be super special. And like, I'm gonna have this high school musical, high school fantasy thing. That's what I wanted. The American boy life, the white boy life. Woo. You know? And I never thought being friends with a girl was a problem, but people told me it was a problem. Niggas told me it was a problem. Like, yo, what in Jamaican terms, of course, what you do with her for? No deal, no girl nah get nothing. No girl nah run nothing for you. What you do with her for? We say all the time, father. Go about your business. And that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. And like, over time, I started to listen to that shit. It's like women I would actually care about on a friendly level, because they're not giving nothing to me in terms of like what I want in a relationship or, you know, sexual activity, I dip. And then like I started to think about like, how does that make these women feel, bro? Like, how does it feel for you to like care for somebody regardless of anything, because they weren't taking anything from me. They weren't taking my money. They weren't asking me for nothing. They just genuinely wanted someone to talk to. They just genuinely wanted a friend to speak to, a guy on a friendly level. How does that feel to know that, you know, just because you weren't giving that nigga no play, that nigga just dip on you. That's tough. Because if she just wants to be your friend, there's nothing wrong with that. And as my father told me, a good friend is better than money. And the people who cared for me, funny enough, was those women that I did badly. The girls who did not care for me were the girls that were chasing, that were doing the exact same thing I'm doing to those girls to me. So the ones that cared for me, I didn't care for them. And the ones that don't care for me, I care the most for them. You see how funny that is? It's so crazy how life works out, how things go. So like, I start to question myself and ask myself, am I a good person? You know? I start to like look deep into myself. I'm like, damn, I'm a terrible dude. You know what I'm saying? And because she wasn't giving me any play, you know, who cares? Who cares about her? You know, she ain't sleeping in my bed. She ain't putting it on me. Who cares? What? Is she not a human being? Is she not someone who is deserving of feelings? You know what I'm saying? And to all the women out there, I'm apologizing for myself and for all the other niggas, you know, the real niggas out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's like this where we as niggas behave like you guys don't have feelings. Don't get me wrong, some of you are cool. Some of you deserve the terrible stuff that's been done to you, both men and women. But for you real ones out there, you real women out there who just genuinely care for people and got laid the shit stick, I'm sorry. Honestly. Sorry it ended up like this. And I hope me sharing this story, me at least talking about this topic, can highlight to a couple niggas, the youngins especially, coming up, you know, teenagers or whatever, women have feelings too. And when you focus on that, you might just even get a better time with the girl that you really want. Because when you understand that she feels a way about your actions, you might end up getting a way better time with her than when you act like you're just this nonchalant nigga who doesn't give two shits about her and whatever. I'm not telling you to go chase a girl. I'm not telling you to go be a clown for a girl. I'm not telling you to go be overly obsessive about a chick. I'm just simply saying, be a good guy. Be a good human to another human. Consider her feelings too, bro. Because she has them. You know what I'm saying? Not because she doesn't want to sleep with you doesn't mean that she doesn't care for you. She's protecting herself. And you never know. Maybe if you stuck around long enough, behave like an actual human being towards her, you could have probably gotten what you wanted. But then again, you probably had the wrong intentions. So did you deserve to get it? You know what I'm saying? So like, put those things into perspective, dude. Both young and old. Put that shit into perspective, bro. I know I had to put it in perspective. And to the women out there, again, I'm sorry. To the girls that I know personally, I'm sorry. It's just that things are rough for me. And I'm gonna be very honest. If things were better for me, I would not be hitting you up. You know? I wouldn't have been hitting you up any at all. Because things are the way they are now, I just want some comfort. So I slid into your DMs, and I slid into her DMs, and I slid into the other one's DMs. Just trying to get some comfort. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good. That's not good based on how I treated you. So I'm sorry for that. And I'm not expecting, I wasn't like trying to like get a relationship out of any of you. I was just trying to be selfish, you know, focus on myself, trying to get something for myself and leave again. And that made me wonder if I was a good person or not. And I feel like me answering this question or me talking about this topic really puts things into perspective for me and makes me understand I really, really, really do need to take a step back more often and improve upon myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. With that be done said, I think that might be the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? Women have feelings too, bro. Women have feelings too. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.